Hey everyone, Lucie V here. So I'm in my classroom and I've got a little time here. So I brought some of my extra handles and cord and some yellow beads because I will be making 6 new ropes for this year's jump rope program. So because I kind of got depleted between January and June, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm making new ropes. And also I'm really happy because I will just keep the ropes just one color, so as to not have any kind of confusion this year, because I just need my ropes to stay here and not disappear. Anyways, but I can understand why they disappear because they're really pretty. Anyways, so a lot of you out there have been asking me about my ropes. Do I make them by hand? How long have I been making ropes? Oh my goodness. So usually I write it all out, but I think if I just demonstrate for you guys, you can see, and then that will like clear up any kind of confusion and answer all your questions. So let me just tell you that I have been making ropes since 2002, 2003. So that's 2003. So I've been making ropes by hand for a very, very, very long time. Back in 2007, I had purchased a mega supply of special jump cord. Okay, this cord right here is the bomb because it's made of a special material and it's kind of waxy on the outside. So when I finish making the ropes, I string up the beads and the handles and I make that knot and I burn it. It has like this waxy coat that I seal with cold water, so it makes a very good and sturdy rope. I mean, my ropes last pretty much forever. And the kids from the Lucie B's Jumping Fun program back on Long Island, New York City, everywhere, they can tell you, the ones who purchased my ropes way back, they can tell you that they still have their ropes because the ropes are absolutely sturdy and they're beautiful, and they were all made, I should say were and are still made with love from Lucie B's hands. So so the thing is, right, a lot of people ask me, how do I size ropes? Because sizing ropes, that's like key. If a rope is too long, you will put undue stress on your shoulders, right? And people don't think about that. And if the rope is too short, well, you basically can't jump with it. So a rope has got to be sized perfectly to your height. Now, if you are making a rope for a child who's in, his or her growing years, you have to, and we'll assume that they will keep the ropes for a while. You have to make sure that you make the ropes with enough clearance, right? So I would say like 3 to 4, I would say 3 inches tops extra on the rope. So I would make it a little longer. For example, if a child is like a 4 foot, right? 4 feet, and I would make it like 4 feet, 5 inches or 6 inches. Or sometimes if the child is a super beginner, I would make it a 5 foot, because beginners tend to need more rope length in order to get their coordination together, if you know what I mean. So, and then the more skilled you become, the shorter the rope that you will get, right? Because the shorter the ropes that are short are tough. You have people who are like 5'6", 5'7", jumping ropes with that are super short, that barely clear their heads. So that's the spiel about that. So I've been making ropes for a very long time. Do I still make ropes? I've made ropes since over 15, 16 years now, and I have shipped them all over the world. I mean, I think every part of the world has at least 2 or 3 of my ropes. So knock on wood, my business has been super successful because of word of mouth. So I didn't really need to advertise a whole lot for that. So now, I'm in Sweden. So a lot of my friends in the US now, they're asking, can you ship us, ropes and what have you. And unfortunately, I'm not doing that anymore. I stopped shipping ropes to the States months ago, just because of costs, logistics, and stuff that's going on right now. So when I mail ropes, I would like them to get there on time. And right now, I doubt that. That's just me. You know, I'm sure other jump rope companies are fine. I will say this, not that they're endorsing me or anything, I'm not getting anything out of this, but buyjumpropes.net, they have a really good assortment of ropes. And also, what is her name? Liz Way out in Canada, I believe, has good ropes as well. So check them out. If you're in the United States or Canada, try to support your local jump rope companies, because I'm all about that. If you absolutely positively want a jump rope from me, you want me to make a rope for you, I mean, I guess I could make an exception here or there, but for the most part, if you're in Sweden, I can make ropes for you. And if you're like within the EU countries, yeah, so because we're like next door. All right, so that's my spiel for the ropes and how long I've been making ropes and where I ship to. Anyways, yeah, about sizing. Everyone has their way of sizing. For me, because I've been making ropes for so long, that I kind of eyeball and like I go with, I feel like it's really weird to explain. Like I kind of know if I look at you and if you tell me like you're 5'7", I'm like, and I have a picture of you, I know exactly how to size the rope. And the way I do it is, I don't know if I should give that away, but I just have like a knack for sizing ropes kind of perfectly. Like, yeah. So let me just start making a rope so you can see how I do it, because I don't really want to get into the explanation as to how I size my ropes, especially, you guys don't need to know all that, but just know that if you order a rope, whether it's from me or from anywhere, make sure it's sized correctly. If it's too short, if it doesn't clear the top of your head, you're in trouble. Okay, if it's too long, you're putting way too much stress on the bursa and your shoulder blades and the shoulder joint. So you don't want that, especially the young kids. You got to be really careful about that, because most people don't talk about that. I would rather you use a rope that's shorter because it helps you to maintain good arm position than a rope that's like way long and you're just like spinning the rope with your shoulders and not your wrists. So that's my spiel about that. All right, so let's get going. All right, so I obviously couldn't bring all of my supplies here. I just know that I'm going to be making 5 ropes that are pretty much average for the length and the height of my students. In general, the average length. And also the one with the red handles, I'm going to be making a little longer for the taller kids in my class, right? And this is the classroom where I jump rope, and this is because I teach English here. So I'm an English teacher here, and I also am the jump rope coach. I do the jump rope program, jump rope classes in my classroom. So, and let me just show you the way the classroom is set up. I would just move the desks over to the side and to the back, and I would have it's a good size room for jump rope, but I would have 2 to 3 kids jumping at a time here, and this is my desk here, so I'm able to see them. I've got my stereo and everything hooked up, so it's a perfect setting for jump rope. I have a sink here so they can drink water, and right outside my door there's a bathroom, so we're all set. All right, so let's make some ropes. All right, so this is my cord. All right, now I got some cord from my reel this morning. I didn't want to bring the whole reel in here, but anyways, let's say for example I'm making a rope for one of my students who's a little shorter than myself, and I'm like 5'7", 5'6", 5'7". And the way I would do it is like this. This is how I do the ropes, right? So here's the cord, and I have the handles here. And I know how tall she is, so how tall most of them are. And I know that I need them to clear the rope at least 1 or 2 inches above their heads. And the handles would be here, all right? So this is how I would do it. So this I'd be able to jump with, right, for myself, and they would be able to jump with it. And I don't want to make it too short because I might have, you know, a lot of new students this semester. So I cut it. I put one of my handles on the end. I tie the knot, and I will show you later. I tie that knot so you see it's tied, right? And I pull, and then I start stringing, all right? So I have the beads here. And like I said, years ago, I purchased a crap load, like a warehouse full of beads from a company that, a company in a warehouse that is now, has been out of business for years. But what I liked about that company was the fact that they employed disabled people, they employed elderly, they employed people with, you know, certain ailments and illnesses, you know, that would not have the opportunity, they wouldn't have the opportunity to work anywhere. But especially those in wheelchairs, they hired a lot of those people, and so I wanted to support their company, so I purchased everything from them because I knew that they were going to go out of business. So, and it kept me in business from 2007 till now. So that tells you how much I purchased from them. But it was such a great investment. And also, I really enjoy making ropes. Normally I'd be sitting, but I just wanted to show you how I string these beads up. And the beads, let me tell you, the highest quality beads, and beautiful, sturdy. And when I make ropes, I make them to the colors that you ask. And just, I don't know, I just, and it's so therapeutic just to sit down and just string these, string the beads. It's like crocheting. All right, I'm gonna pause the video, finish making this rope, and then I'll show you the end product, okay? Okay, so I'm at the end. All right, so I've strung up the rope. I strung up the beads, sorry, and now I am adding the handle. Last handle. You pull, right? You tie. So this is, sometimes it's a pain in the butt, and that's why I never have nice nails, but that's okay. As long as I can make people happy, I'm all right with that. All right, here we go. So this is the rope. All right, right here. All right, and this, I mean, it's short, but these are for my, you know, my students. Anyways, this is what I would do. You get some cold water, you put it in a cup, or you can just, you know, have your running water ready. So you burn the ends like this. Let me show you. You burn the ends, and you let it burn for a few seconds, okay? Here we go. Here we go. I like to do one at a time. Like this was like about 5, 6, 7 seconds. You notice what's happening at the end, right? The wax, you can see the wax getting black. You hear it, boom, it's sealed. What's that? Oh, all right. And then again, right? Okay. You make sure you see the flame. You let it burn for about 5, 6, 7 seconds. Dip it in the water. Boom, it's sealed. Look, see? Completely sealed. Now, this rope, again, is not for me. It's for my students, and they're shorter than I. But just to show you that, I can't jump rope with it. Hopefully I won't hit it. But so you see, it's a short rope for me, but good for speed, right? So that's how I make my ropes. And yeah, so I hope that answers all of your questions. Yeah, and yeah, somebody had asked